So when a question like this comes up, this is a moving to Georgia page. I work with a lot of out-of-state buyers. When a question like this comes up, my immediate reaction as a realtor, I do the East Coast of Georgia. My immediate reaction is to ask, like, hey, what kind of lifestyle do you want? Like, where do you actually want to be in the state? Because what they're asking is they are looking kind of all over the state, so they really don't know. So I start saying, okay, northern, middle, eastern, western, southern, all these areas, here's what they, are. You have mountains here, you have lakes here, you have coastal here, you have more rural, yada, yada, yada. So once they can kind of narrow down where they think they want to be, what would make them most happiest as far as their lifestyle based off of where they're choosing to live, then my best suggestion would be to start calling around to realtors, start seeing if any of the realtors that you're looking into have any kind of testimonials from clients, things like that. But also to find out like what they think about the area. Now, realtors have to be really, really, really careful about this because we cannot just go around giving our opinion. We are not allowed to do that. But at the same time, like real estate, there is a level of human to it. So like if I know that there is an area that the schools are less than to be desired, and not even from an opinion perspective, but like statistically, then I'm going to send them the statistics. I'm going to send them like the links to go look at the school ratings and things like that. Sometimes I will even say, hey, here's a local Facebook page for that particular area. This would be a good question to ask in that local Facebook page. But once they have kind of figured out where they want to be, they need to narrow down a realtor. Now, their advice from I believe it was their lender, was to basically just go find somebody that will talk to you about it, open doors, do like a one-time contract per property kind of thing. And that's not bad advice. However, if you nail down the place that you want to be, then you need to find the person that you really want to work with. A, we're not here to be wasting anybody's time. That's not fair to anybody. But B, you need to trust that they're not just trying to make money off of you. So like for me, I told her what my advice to her was, if you're looking in my particular area, here's my advice. Here's what I would do for you. Here's how I would help you as a buyer. Here's how this process would go. If you decide that you're not looking in this particular area and you're looking in another particular area, then that's not a problem either. I have contacts in this area, and this area. If you end up looking in those areas, please let me know. I'd love to connect you with them because I know them. I have vetted them. I have done deals with them. I have professionally worked with them. And I trust that they would treat you the way that I would treat you. And if you and I are vibing, then I can present somebody to you that you'd get that same experience, but with somebody in the market that you're actually looking. Because if I'm not working that market, I can't help you. That being said, another question that got brought up while we were discussing this was, what happens if they don't like the realtor they chose? Well, this is why, A, we interview, and B, we also take the time to look at one or two properties, even if it's virtually, because that's kind of what they were doing, is they were doing everything virtually. See how they handle you. Do it on a weekly basis, or even just one house. See how they do you. Do they go in, take lots of video, FaceTime you? What information are they providing you up front? What research are they doing on the property? Things like that. And if you're not vibing or you're not getting out of it what you think you should be getting out of it, then maybe it's time to move on and you're not stuck in a lengthy contract. This is something that I tell people regardless of if they're trying to move out of state to a new state or not. But at the end of the day, when you are picking a realtor, you are picking someone who is helping you with a very large asset. I don't care if this is your 50th asset or your first. It's still a large asset, and you need somebody who's on your side to make sure that if you cannot be there, they are literally videoing every nook and cranny. They have people, really good inspectors, who are going to come in and do a thorough job so that if you can't lay your eyes on it, that they've got people laying their eyes on it that are going to make sure you know every single little detail. They're looking up any and all records, or looking up all of the disclosures, all of those types of things, because the amount of work that a realtor puts into your transaction is going to show, or even the lack of work is definitely going to show in the outcome and how happy you actually are with the transaction and with the purchase. I've helped a lot of people in this specific group actually buy that were out of state and never saw the property until either closing or right before closing, or we were already under contract. That was very common for me, just simply because I do a lot of work on the front end and I do make sure that they have everything they could possibly need. And I've yet, knock on wood, I've yet to have anybody be unhappy. But it's because they might as well have been there because of the amount of, information and photos and videos and FaceTimes and vendors and things like that I have coming in to ensure that they are going to be happy based off of what their needs are. So to answer the question, basically, if you're looking all over a state and you're not sure where you want to land, find a realtor in a couple different markets and ask them specific questions about their particular area and find out if that's an area that you want to be in, and then vet you a realtor and let them do the work for you. Let them prove that they are going to actually take the time for you and put in the work and put in the legwork. And if they do and you vibe, then sign a longer contract with them. But if you get to that point and you're like, I feel like they're not doing enough, and I'm just not comfortable yet buying out of state, then you either need to make a trip into town or you need to find a new realtor, because it really could just be that they're not doing enough.